Hey, everybody. Welcome to Never Alone Homestead. My name is Cammie, and I want to welcome you to my place, along with all the mosquitoes here onto the homestead. It's late in the afternoon, the sun is starting to go down, and of course, this time of the day, here comes the mosquitoes. Just when it's starting to cool down and feel nice here into the south because it's been so hot. But anyways, today I want to talk to you about cucumbers. Picking cucumbers. Does size actually matter? Actually, the choice is up to you. My cucumbers, they are progressing into their growth, and the cucumbers are suddenly getting so bigger. They're getting bigger and bigger. So, usually, we can't wait to pick the cucumbers. So I'm guessing if we had to look at the size matter is that we would look at the size at the grocery store. But even so, if it's small, I found out that the smaller they are to begin with, that actually the sweeter they are. They kind of have a tender taste to them. So with the homegrown cucumbers, they just taste so much better than those at the grocery store. These I have just picked, and there's at least probably, this thing is heavy, it is probably at least 25 pounds of cucumbers in here. And so I have some in here, a few this size, and will taste just as good as those this size. These, sometimes the little ones are actually have a little tender, more taste to them. You know how when you eat a steak and it's just like some steaks just are tough and some steaks just melt into your mouth? Well, sometimes you get the little cucumbers and they just seem to melt right into your mouth. So anyways, these cucumbers here are just such a blessing here, and they do not taste like anything like the store-bought cucumbers. So the cucumbers, homegrown cucumbers, they have a greater taste to them than those at the grocery store. Uh, so those at the grocery store, they're just plain. They don't really have a whole lot of taste, but they look the part. They look like a cucumber. So picking your cucumbers, you don't want to tug at your plants to get the cucumbers off of the plant, but usually just a little twist at the stem and push at the stem at the base of the cucumber, and push with your thumb, and it will come right off at the base of the cucumber. So you don't want to tug at your plant because you will damage your plant. You don't want to tug at it because you just want to give that gentle twist, a gentle little pinch at the stem of the cucumber, and it will come right off. And while you're picking your cucumbers, look at the leaves to see if there's any dead leaves or disease, and if so, pinch it off and deal with it accordingly. Usually, as they're growing, I would pinch some of the leaves off so that bees will find the blooms and pollination will take place, and it's just a good thing, and all the nutrients will go to the rest of the plant, and I myself can find the cucumbers, because when it gets so many leaves onto it, sometimes it's just hard to find the cucumbers. Then you go out there the next day and the cucumbers are too big. So my first picking are usually smaller cucumbers. So your first picking is going to be smaller cucumbers. But now these babies are taken off, and they're taken off, and these are your slicing cucumbers, and they're getting big faster and faster, and they do have some mixture of some pickling plants in here, pickling cucumbers, just a few, and you can usually tell the difference of them because they will look a little bit different. They have a little bit different color, but they eat the same, they taste the same. I mean, they're just smaller, so you can mix them up like that if you want to. If you just can't look at your cucumber, tell what, if it's a pickling or slicing, because I pickle both. I can both of my pickling and slicing cucumbers and never have a problem with it. I mean, you can do that. I actually got finished pickling. I probably got maybe I don't know. I just took, I think, 9 sweet cucumber relish yesterday, and I opened a can up. I couldn't resist opening it up to see what it tastes like, which I really would like to wait. You know, you want to wait maybe 2 weeks to get the taste, you know, really into your vegetable. But yeah, you know, so you know, the store-bought ones have a different taste, and um, so what we do is that we just you know, look at your plant, uh, you know, look at your plant, see if there's any disease in there, and you know, and take your cucumbers and make a plan to pickle them. You know, the harvest is right. You know, the harvest is just now starting. It's coming off. It's really doing great. And so far, I've had canned, I know at least 9 pints of relish, and then yesterday cucumber relish, which is about the same, like I said. They just taste a little bit different, and so I'm really excited about that. And so actually, I got these now, and this actually could make probably, you know, that's a little bit more cucumbers than I had doing 9 pints, and so this is definitely probably going to do maybe 12. You know, I'm guessing it depends on if I slice them up or if I chop them in cubes. So, you know, as the flavor of homegrown cucumbers, there's nothing like it. So, y'all, I want to encourage you to get the growing. Um, you know, last year I had planted 3 plants, and it gave me so many cucumbers that I had so many that I had to give some away. And this year I have more than 3 plants, so I can't even imagine what the harvest is going to be like. But you have enough time to plant your own. It's according to your zone, the area that you live in. You know, you have enough time to probably get in another harvest. According to your zone, and here is almost the middle of July, so we could go on to the third planting. So you could have enough time. You have enough time to plant tomatoes. You have enough time to plant squash. You have enough time to plant cucumbers and other vegetables. So I would encourage you to try, because you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. You know, I need to look up more recipes on cucumbers because these bad boys are coming off. They are just awesome. They look so pretty. I'm just amazed at how beautiful they are. And if I can get some of them, just like, you know, talking about store-bought size, that is like really, they're really big. They're beautiful. And you know what, the thing at the grocery store, I noticed they, you know, not only you have to worry about the chemicals, but they put wax on it to preserve it. You know, I noticed I don't have to do that. You know, my cucumbers, I don't put them in the refrigerator. I noticed they kind of don't last as long, but I let them sit on the counter, and they're good for a couple days. You know, the best thing to do is to go ahead and can them. But if you don't have time, they will preserve themselves. They don't have to have the wax to keep them. They don't have artificial nutrients in them. So, anyways, okay, guys, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you'll know when I do another video. And as always, remember, make it a great day. Yeah, get to gardening, because look what you're missing. Look at all these cucumbers. I'm so excited, y'all. I have got to get to more recipes to make different recipes to do with all these cucumbers are coming off. And of course, you know, we want to share. We just don't want to, you know, take it for ourselves. But you know, there's when you do cucumbers, and you know, I got okra coming off and tomatoes, and oh, the squash are doing excellent. You know, garden size doesn't matter, you know, because you're going to get a harvest, and you will find out that you have more than enough to share with other people. All right, y'all. God bless you. Remember, once again, make it a great day. Never Alone Homestead. This is Cammie. God bless you. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Never Alone Homestead. My name is Cammie, and today I want to welcome you to my place. Welcome to this homestead. Yes, homesteading can be very busy. It can be difficult at times, but nevertheless, it is a fun adventure, along with all the mosquitoes here down into the south when it gets to the cool of the day. Today, I want to talk to you about cucumbers. You know, picking cucumbers. Does size matter? Actually, the choice is up to you. You know, my cucumbers, they progress into their growth, and these cucumbers are suddenly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So we usually like to go ahead and pick them, and so I'm guessing, you know, the size doesn't matter. You know, the size doesn't matter. It depends according to what you like. But if you want a size to go by, just look at the grocery store. That's pretty much the regular size, right? But if it's smaller, I found out that actually the smaller cucumbers have a greater, I want to say, a tender taste to them. But nevertheless, homegrown cucumbers taste nothing like the store-bought grocery store cucumbers. Those at the grocery store, they look like a cucumber. They smell like a cucumber, but they really don't have that taste like a cucumber. They don't really have a whole lot of taste. To me, they don't. But they got the looks of a cucumber. So picking your cucumbers, you don't want to, you know, tug at your plant to get the cucumbers off, but actually a little twist at the stem, or, you know, pushing at the stem with your thumb at the base of it, and in the base of the cucumber and the stem, and so it won't damage your plant, and the cucumber will actually just come right on off. You know, you don't want to tug at your plants. You just want to gently twist and pinch this off the stem with the cucumber. So while you're picking your cucumbers, look at your plants, look at the leaves to see if there's any dead leaves, is there any disease, and deal with it accordingly. Usually as they are growing, I will usually pinch some of the leaves off, and the reason of that is because so the bees can find the blooms and give a good pollination, and so also so I can find my cucumbers, because you know it's amazing to me, no matter how many times you pick cucumbers, you would always go back and find more cucumbers. So you just miss them, but taking some of the leaves off, it actually helps me to find the cucumbers and not miss my cucumbers. Now, to be honest with you, I could probably go over there right now and find some that I have missed. But sometimes what I'll do, I'll back off the plant and look at the plant, and because they are up, crawling off, they're not laying on the ground, I can usually see them hanging. Now, the first picking of my cucumbers was smaller cucumbers. Usually they're always smaller. We can't wait for those babies to come off, but these babies are taken off, and these are slicing cucumbers. They're getting big fast, and they're growing real fast. There's just a mixture of some pickling cucumbers in there, just a few, but I have the different ones in there. I got the slicing, and then also I have let's see if I can find one. Oh, here it goes. Here's the one. You could look at the color, and you could tell by the color that it's a pickling cucumber, and usually they don't grow as big as the other cucumbers. So pickling cucumbers, I have one plant that's separated from the others, and that plant is getting so big, mainly because it's by itself. It's got room to grow. I've got it starting to grow up onto my deck now, and already getting cucumbers off of it. And it's like way behind these cucumbers. Now, these cucumbers have been planted at least 2 times because we got hit by the frost, and then I had some of the plants to die because we had so much rain, and I just kept planting. And so probably with these plants, I will have some of the plants start dying out eventually, and then I will have some continue on, and just like this pickling plant, the cucumber plant, it's going to be probably the last one to die out. So that, other words, I'll probably be having cucumbers going on and on to probably is July, middle of July. I mean, I'm definitely the end of August. So that's something to be excited about. So the harvest is just really now starting. So it's a great time to go ahead and get your garden on. So far, I've canned at least 9 pints of sweet relish and nine or so pints of, or in some smaller jars of cucumber relish. And so today I couldn't resist it. I had to open up one of those cucumber relishes because it was a new recipe. I actually converted it a little bit, made my own recipe, and I couldn't resist it. Open it up. I like to at least wait like 2 weeks to get the flavor in there, but I couldn't resist it because I knew I had these cucumbers, these babies coming off, and so I had them coming off, and I knew they're just starting to take off. And this actually, to be honest with you, it feels like it's about 25 pounds. It is heavy. These are heavy because these cucumbers here are just so big. If you know, I mean, if you started weighing them out, I mean, that's got to be at least a pound. So, anyways, does size matter? No. Can you plant now? Yes. End of July, go ahead and plant. You know, you might not get, because it's getting hotter, you might not get as many, but you definitely will get some. So, the smaller ones, they just have a different taste, and the bigger ones, but they definitely taste so good, so much better than those at the grocery store. Okay, so guys, I thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. I would like to ask you to please subscribe. Please hit that bell. Please, hit the bell so you'll know when I get another video. And also the plants that I planted this year, I planted a lot more. Last year I had only 3 plants, and I had more than enough cucumbers. So many cucumbers that I had more than enough. And so I have more plants this year, and so I'm going to have more than enough than this year. And you can plant, go ahead and start, just about the middle of July. You can go ahead and plant according to your zone, the area you live in. If you're living closer to the warmer climates, you have a good chance of getting your second or third harvest in. All right, guys, love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, make it a great day. This is Cammie at Never Alone Homestead. God bless you, and make it a great day.